Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with the start of another great trading week. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. Because if you've been following Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency market over the weekend, kind of some scary times. And today had some big moves, not necessarily good moves, but depends on how you look at it. There is a little bit of a silver lining here. So as always, let's talk about Marathon Patent Group because I do have a lot of options positions open on Marathon right now. And I know a lot of the members of the Discord server have a lot of plays on Marathon and Riot and just flat out coins in terms of Doge and Ethereum and Lite and of course Bitcoin. We'll talk about the market overall like we always do. I'm going to show you how Marathon traded today. Some big moves happened for better or for worse. We're going to do some updated technical analysis to have some predictions as to where I think Marathon is going to trade for the rest of the week. But before that, I'm going to show you two news articles that came out, one today, one over the weekend, that has some really good information in there. And as always, we're going to end the video looking at the option flow data to see what the big money investors were doing and how they were trading Marathon today. So let's get right into it. Looking at the overall heat map here, not a great day in the market, right? A lot of red, especially big tech. Take a look at this. You don't see this that often. Tesla was down and down big, down 7.8%. But all of big tech got hit pretty hard. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple. Semis had a good day. Take a look at AMD. AMD was all the way up to around $98 in the middle of the day, really setting all-time highs, just waiting to crack $100. But overall, NVIDIA also up 2.6, Micron up. Semis had a good day today. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about Marathon Patent Group, ticker symbol MARA. As we can see here, MARA was red today, unfortunately. I mean, this was expected. Like I said, me and my Discord team, we were watching Bitcoin all weekend long, and around Sunday afternoon, basically all evening long, all night long, Bitcoin just kind of slowly melted away. Let's take a look at Bitcoin really quickly on Robinhood here. If we take a look over the past day, actually over the past week is probably a better, you can see around 2, 3 a.m. when it all started and just kind of sold off. We did have a little bit of a pullback today, a little bit of a rise, but overall, we're just constantly selling off. And myself included, and some of the members in the Discord server were getting a little bit nervous because, as you know, Riot and Marathon trade basically identically to Bitcoin. So it's actually an interesting concept because if you see that Bitcoin is dropping over the weekend, then I wonder if it's a good strategy because you're kind of basically predicting that Riot and Marathon is going to open up red the next trading day. And that's exactly what happened. And on the flip side, I think on the weekend, if Bitcoin has a big green surge, then you know that Riot or Marathon is also going to open up big green. So it's interesting that we get a little bit of market data on the weekends when usually the market is completely closed and no prices are coming in. So it's kind of interesting that we can now use Bitcoin to kind of plan our trades for the upcoming week, when really on the weekend, there's not much else to do because there's no live action. But let's go back to MARA and see what happened today. So as expected, we were down pretty big. I mean, at opening bell, we were down, take a look at this, over 24%. So I was getting a little bit nervous. And then thankfully, within the first 20 minutes or so, we rallied back to being only down 10%. But then that didn't last very long. We sold it all off. But then from that point on, around 11:15, 11:20 a.m. Eastern time, we just melted right back up, almost getting up to being green. I mean, around 2 p.m., we were down only less than 5%, sold it off a little bit. But like I said, had a strong close. We were only down 11.5%, which is much better than the over 24% we started the day with. But it's just like the meme, right? They had us in the first half, but we came back. And then even after hours, we're actually up 6.3% after hours. So it looks like MARA is finishing the game strong, and hopefully we will have a green day tomorrow. But if you've been following my videos, you kind of know I predicted this. We were due for a pullback, and today was the day. Let's take a look at the news articles that I saw this weekend, one that came out this morning. And here's the first one I want to show you. So this article came out over the weekend, and this one is titled, "Will Marathon Patent Group or Riot blockchain stock grow more by 2022?" It's basically pitting MARA up against Riot and saying, hey, if you had to pick one stock, which one of the two do you think is going to give you the better returns? And this was based on a Benzinga survey that they put out to 500 other investors to see what they thought between MARA or Riot, which one would grow better. If you're not familiar with the companies, if you haven't seen my prior videos, Mara or Marathon Patent Group, they have 103,000 of these Bitmain Antminers, so they're mining Bitcoin. And Riot, they purchase and sell digital currency as well, but they also build, support, and operate blockchain technologies. And they also have some Antminers, so they're also involved in the mining operations. So right now, here's what you've been waiting for. 57% of the respondents to the survey thought that they believe Riot will grow more than Marathon. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with that or if you disagree. I'm actually going to start a poll on my channel so we can do our own poll. But really, it's very close to a 50-50 split, right? 57% is not that much of a majority. So I take this to mean if you're playing Riot or if you're playing Marathon or if you're playing both, you can't really go wrong here if you're bullish on cryptocurrency for this year, which I think most people are right now. Now, here's the second article that I want to show you. And this one came out this morning. And this is titled, "Are Options Traders Betting on a Big Move in Marathon Stock?" And I think the real answer is yes, they are. And let me tell you why. So the February 19th, 2021 option for all my options traders out there, for $25, the $25 strike, it had some of the highest implied volatility of all options today. So of all the stock options in the market today, this February 19th, 25 strike put option had the highest IV or implied volatility. So that means essentially this option had one of the juiciest premiums out there right now. So if you're not familiar with what IV or implied volatility means, it basically is a measure of how much movement the market is expecting in the future. Now, a lot of options traders think that implied volatility is what drives the options prices or the premiums, but it's actually quite the opposite. The options premiums are what drive the high or low IV. So what that means is that people or investors are looking for a big rally or a huge sell-off. They are expecting a big move in Marathon come February 19th, and it doesn't have to be to the upside, it could be to the downside. Right now, the Zacks rank for Marathon is a number 3, which means hold. In the past 30 days, only one analyst has increased their earnings estimate, while none have dropped their estimates. Basically, so most analysts have been keeping their earnings estimate the same, although one has upped it. Right now, the Zacks estimate for this current quarter, they were before predicting a loss of 3 cents per share, but now they're only predicting a loss of 1 cent per share. So they are expecting a better quarter than they originally thought. Now, here's an article that basically summarizes my style of trading in a nutshell. It says, options traders look for options with high levels of implied volatility to sell premium. That's exactly what I like to do. That's what a lot of the members of the Discord server like to do if they're into options trading, is what we call theta gang. We like to sell options or sell premium. And it says, this is the strategy many seasoned traders use because it captures decay. It captures time decay. So if you've heard me talk about on my channel many times before that slowly time eats away at the option premium, so I slowly make money with time. Even if the stock price doesn't change, I'm slowly earning profit. And that's called theta or time decay. And it says at expiration, the hope for these traders like myself is that the underlying stock does not move as much as originally expected. And that's usually what happens. Usually implied volatility is an overestimate of what the actual volatility of the stock is. So that's our edge in options trading, is to sell premium. Let's take a look at the TradingView chart to do some updated technical analysis. If you haven't seen my earlier videos, you can see I already have some TA here. I like to use daily candles, so each candle represents 1 day of trading. We have the volume bars here. Take a look at all this volume, all this green volume that came in on Mara over the past week. And I have the RSI below that. The orange line is the 21-day moving average, and the pink line is the 50-day moving average. But take a look at this. You can see my TA from my last video. I was expecting a little bit of a pullback, but I still think the overall trend is up and to the right. So we've gotten our pullback. The question now everybody wants to know is, are we going to continue pulling back tomorrow, or are we going to now have a green day tomorrow? I think tomorrow we're not going to pull back anymore. We had a pretty significant pullback this morning and really all throughout the day. Like I said, we did close down over 11%. I think we've had enough of a pullback, and take a look at this. We closed the day at $23.36. we are already up over $1 to $24.83 after hours. So really, the rally has already begun. I am predicting now that tomorrow is going to be a green day. And like I said, I think overall for the week, we are still going to be green overall for the week. That's my prediction. The RSI, like I said, it was really high on Friday. It was due for a pullback, which is what we got. We've been in very high RSI range ever since really end of November. So I think right now, this is where Mara likes to live, and that's perfectly okay. I think tomorrow we're going to have a green day. Let me know in the comments below, did you buy the dip? Did you get in on the red day today? Because you might be looking pretty good come the rest of the week. Let's end the video looking at the option flow data like we always do. So here's the trade UI platform that I like to use at. Here's Mara. Total of 47 sweeps came in on Marathon Patent Group today. You can see 32 of those were calls and 15 were puts. So overall, more calls than there were puts. Let's take a look at some of the big money. Here's one for over $577,000 that expires this coming Friday for a 16 strike. Now, this is a call option. So this is certainly a hedge because this is an in-the-money call. So someone is hedging their bets by a significant amount for this Friday. Here's some more. Here's an option that came in literally 2 minutes before the market closed. This is a 31 strike call that also expires this Friday that somebody put in a small bet on, about $26,000, $27,000. A lot of these seem like hedges. Some of the smaller bets, like here's another one for $55,000, 32 strike call option that was bought. But a lot of these look like hedges actually. Here's the red boxes represent put options that were bought. The green boxes represent call options that were bought. And you can see here's a 23 strike put. So somebody was buying an at the money put. Here's a 25 strike put, which is close to the money, but it's still out of the money. Here's a 19 strike put for $59,000. The biggest options were this one for $577,000. And here's one for $207,000, which was a 20 strike call option. So this one is a bullish bet. Someone is betting that Mara is going to get to at least $26 by this Friday. Here's another one for $245,000. This one is another hedge. You can see it's a put option that was bought for a 25 strikes. So this one is already in the money right now. So kind of a mixed bag here, but I'm actually seeing more hedges than flat out bullish calls. So some of the big money investors may be hedging their bets since we had such a significant red day today. As always, let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below. I hope you have a green trading week. Make sure you join our Discord server, add me on Twitter, add me on Instagram, add me on Reddit, add me on StockTwits, and happy trading.